What's going on YouTube? It's Brayzon back here with another video for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys want to hit a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new here, and leave a comment letting me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the family. And that being said, cue intro. What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Madden 20 video for you guys here today. I'm going to be going over ranking basically all of the 92 overall harvest players. I just completed all of the Turkey Bowl challenges, so I'm bringing you guys this right away. I'm going to show you guys, basically I'm going to rank them 8 through 1 and then choose who I'm going to take so that you guys can see exactly who I'm taking from the challenges, and then obviously the rankings that I have as well. So I will start off by saying, guys, that really there's only one player that I think is not worth it. So we're just going to skip all these animations. Hopefully you guys don't mind that. But there's only really one player that I think is not worth it at all. Everyone else is really debatable. My personal opinion is that some of them are underwhelmingly, you know, they're not bad. Let's say that. They're not bad, but they're underwhelming compared to some of the players you can put in the position. Even though they might be better, it just doesn't make much sense for a lot of us to actually make the switch. If you are one of those players that has by far the best player in every position at all times, then maybe it'll make sense. But first off, number 8, I guess I should say, the worst player that you guys should stay away from is going to be this Kerrigan card. Personally, he's just not very good. If you compare him to other players in the position. So right now I have this Devin Bush, and you can just tell by the speed differential by itself, which is the most important. Kerrigan is obviously decent at the position. He's got good strength, good tackling, good play rec. Block shed's really only an 82, which isn't that great. His power and finesse move, he's definitely a pass rusher, but he's only 77 speed. He's really not going to be able to do much. That's why I don't like Kerrigan. 77 speed, you can't drop him back in coverage. He's not going to be able to be a user, you know, if you play squads or anything like that. And even if you blitz the quarterback, you get someone like a Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick, they're just going to run around him every single time, or even someone like a Steve Young. That's why I think you guys should stay away from him. So I think this number 7 on the list is going to confuse some of you guys, and it's going to be Joey Bosa. And like I said, that's why I kind of gave the disclaimer in the beginning. There's really no wrong person to take besides Kerrigan, in my opinion. The reason I have Joey Bosa ranked so low is, let's go ahead and compare him to my Strahan. So Joey Bosa is faster. He does have acceleration. Michael Strahan has better strength, better tackling. Play rec is not too big of a difference. Joey Bosa has better finesse moves. Michael Strahan has a little bit better power moves. So Joey Bosa is a little bit better. And then obviously Michael Strahan has that block shed. So in my opinion, Joey Bosa is the better pass rusher. If you're someone looking for a dual threat, Michael Strahan is better at literally everything else besides pass rushing and speed. And on top of that, Michael Strahan is going to get another upgrade way faster than Joey Bosa, most likely, because Joey Bosa is just getting this harvest card. So Michael Strahan will probably get an Ultimate Legend or someone like that. Joey Bosa, who knows what he's going to get. So if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of space, a lot of coins, I should say, to make those upgrades, that's why I have Joey Bosa so low. He's a good card if you just compare him by himself, but if you already have someone like a Michael Strahan in this position, make sure you just compare him. That's why I have Joey Bosa so low. I just personally don't think he's worth the upgrade from Michael Strahan that a lot of us already have in our lineups. That's why, you know, I don't personally think Joey Bosa is a good option. But I do think Joey Bosa is a good standalone card, but that's why I have him ranked so low. Next up, for the same reason, is going to be Quinn Nelson. So let's go ahead and compare him to my Bruce Matthews that I have in my lineup. Quinn Nelson, he's got better strength, obviously. His awareness and pass blocking are lower. His pass block power is higher. His pass block finesse is lower. His run blocking is actually one lower than this Bruce Matthews as well. You know, obviously you do have to boost up this Quinn Nelson, but this Bruce Matthews is only a 91, whereas this Quinn Nelson is a 92. So the fact that Bruce Matthews has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 greens compared to the 3 just on this front page of, you know, the card, and he's technically 1 overall lower, it doesn't make sense to upgrade. Once again, standalone, 88 run, 86 pass, not that bad of a card for Quinn Nelson. He does have that 95 strength, but I just don't think it's worth the upgrade than Bruce Matthews. That's why I have them so low on the list. Next up, coming in at number 5, the reason I have Tom Brady so low on this list is really just because of the fact he is that pocket passer, and his stats aren't too great. especially that under pressure. So his speed is obviously low. His throwing power is going to be low. We kind of understand that. His short and medium accuracy, which is really what he's going to excel in, is going to be, right at that level of 94 and 91. His deep accuracy and throw under pressure is what is really low. His on the run obviously is low, and then his play action is good. So, I have him higher than some of the other cards because if you do want a, dink and dunk quarterback that sits in the pocket, Brady wouldn't be a bad option. But personally, I'm not going to begin him. I think the only reason I say he's better than Bosa and Nelson is because Brady, there's not a lot of pocket quarterbacks in the game, but I don't think he's really that great. Next up is going to be the Zach Ertz. The reason I have Zach Ertz low is really just because of that run block. So when we go ahead and we compare him, he's slower than my Shannon Sharp, and his strength is lower. His catching is 6 higher. The catching traffic is the same. Spec catch is better. Short and medium route running is better. But then his run block is 10 lower. So the reason I don't like this Zach Ertz, or the reason I won't be taking him, is just because of the speed and run blocking, those two by itself. Personally, I think he is a good card, but it's just that run blocking. So I don't know why Anthony Munoz is an 88 overall tight end. That doesn't really make much sense. But you compare him to my George Kittle, I won't be replacing my number 2 tight end either because George Kittle has that 80 run blocking, and 80 run blocking is really good as my second tight end, and he still is faster. Zach Ertz isn't a bad card once again by a standalone if you don't want your tight end to run block. But personally, when I have a tight end on the field, he has to be able to run block at all times. So that's why I'm not going to be picking up Zach Ertz. If you already have that MUT Superstar Zach Ertz, it might be a quick upgrade for you guys to use if you're still using that guy. He's not a bad card. You could boost him, maybe get Sprinter on him, things like that. Not a terrible card, but not my number 1 option. So coming in at number 3 is a tricky number 3. And the reason is the card, once again, standalone is really good in my opinion. But when you compare, obviously, to someone like Pat Tillman, it doesn't make sense to get him. So their speed is both at 91. Excel is better for Amos. Tackling, play rec, and pursuit is better for Tillman. Coverages is better for Amos, and then hit power is a lot better for Tillman. So it just doesn't make sense to get this Amos because of that. Personally, I think he is a little bit better than Brian Dawkins. They're really comparable. Their zones are the same. Hit powers is better on Brian Dawkins. Pursuit is better. Tackling is a lot better on Dawkins. Play rec and man are roughly the same. And then Amos is a little bit faster. So when you play Amos out of position, I believe his stats will lower a little bit. So it might make him a little bit worse. But also there is that Devin McCourty free safety master, which is going to be the 3rd safety that I'm going to pick up to put on my team. So I have Pat Tillman in the box in my nickel, dime, and dollar formations. Right now I have my lower overall Adrian Amos as that player. But since I'm getting that Devin McCourty, it's not going to make sense to get this Adrian Amos, in my opinion. I really do like this Adrian Amos card. Maybe he might be the second 92 I'll pick up. And, maybe I just won't get that Devin McCourty. That might be something I can think about. Where, like I said, I can, put Adrian Amos as that 3rd. But he won't be the 92 NAT I'll be taking. If anything, like I said, I'll buy him separately and upgrade him that way. Just because I do already have him at 87, so it might make sense to get him as my second player to upgrade for cheap. Next up at number 2 is going to be this AJ Bouye. I think this card is really, really great. Compared to my Denzel Ward, his speed is a lot slower, his excel is good, his agility is lower, his jumping play rec is better, man is a little bit lower, but his zone's better and his press is better. You compare him to Champ Bailey, a little bit slower. That's really the only problem with this boy is he's a little bit slow. His zone is really good, his man is really good, 89, 89. He's roughly, if you get him powered up, he'd be 90. He's a really good card. You compare him to Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey does have better man and zone by just a little bit, but AJ's better at everything else. Personally, I have Ward, Champ, Jalen, and I'm getting rid of Willie Brown because I am going to be getting that Deion Sanders, I think, or I don't know actually, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I'll actually be getting Deion Sanders once I get rid of Willie Brown. That's why I don't need AJ Bouye. I was making sure my math was correct. I don't need 6 corners. I only need 5. That being said, though, also, guys, he's really good, but what really makes this AJ Bouye good is not just his front stats. So when we compare his other stats to someone like Denzel Ward, he has really good tackling for a corner. It's not amazing, but it is better than, I compared him to Denzel Ward and Deion in these stats, and he was better than them at pretty much all of them. So power move, finesse move is not that big of a deal. His block shedding is 57, which is pretty good for a corner if you need a tackler. Pursuit, 78. You know, I'm looking at more of his stats that obviously aren't on the front of the card. So that like his block shed and things like that are pretty good, which is super helpful if you want him stopping the run. If you're going against a wide receiver and then you have that block shed plus like 20 compared to some of these other people, it's going to be pretty useful. So that's why I have him coming in at number 2. And then the player I'm going to be taking, I run offense in squads. I'm quarterback in squads. And as well, I think this card is really, really good, really comparable to Randy Moss. So we're going to show Odell is actually the number 1 card on my list. And I'll show you why I compare him to Randy Moss. Speed. Obviously, this Odell is not powered up, so you can give him +1 speed. And this Randy Moss does have sprinter. And then you see jumping, catch in traffic are all very comparable. If I was to power him up to that 93, spec catch is going to be higher. His short route running is better. His medium is the same or might be better. And then his deep is a little bit worse. So Odell actually has a lot better moves after catch as well. So if we come, his carrying is lower, but I believe he has a lot higher moves like juking and things like that. So his elusiveness, ball carry vision, stiff arm is higher, spin move is higher, juke move is higher. So I think it's actually a really, really good card. If you compare him to someone like this, Torrey Holt as well, he's got better after catch stats. And then Torrey Holt is, you know, a better route runner. But this Torrey Holt has a lot lower catching traffic. So honestly, I might not be using Torrey Holt too much anymore, guys. This might be where Torrey Holt drops to my number 4 receiver because Tyreek is going to stay in just because of that 95 speed. You put him on the outside and he's a burner, so I'll keep him there. But I think Odell might be my slot receiver, guys, because he's got really good short route running. He's got 90 short route running, which Torrey Holt's my slot right now. So Odell, he's going to match him roughly when I power him up to those route runnings, but he's got a lot better catching traffic when I power him up. He's going to have like probably 87, almost 88, which is really, really useful. So I'm going to be taking Odell, guys. Like I said, I'm probably going to take Odell, and if I take a number 2, it'll probably be Adrian Amos. I'm going to have to go compare him to Devin McCourty and see who it is I actually want as that third safety. It might make more sense to get that Adrian Amos for my nickel and dime since I do run a lot of those formations. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Odell, guys. Let me know what you guys think and who you guys are taking down below. I'm also going to do another video on what to do next. Expect that out in the next couple of hours. I don't know which order you're going to be watching these videos in, so you might be watching this after that. So that being said, guys, thanks for all the support on the videos. Comment down below, like I said, who you guys are taking, and let me know if you guys agree or disagree with the list. Like I said, 7 out of 8 of them I think are very useful to take. Really just going to be your opinion, but I really like this Odell card. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy this video. Subscribe, turn on that post notification bell so you guys can see exactly when I post more videos, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.